Tea. Have you seen this article from the Cimahi City Government PPID? It's about the high number of school dropouts, especially among children. It says it's still a fundamental problem for Indonesia.
Oh, I saw that headline earlier. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? Jumlah kasus anak yang putus sekolah masih menjadi persoalan mendasar. It's not just a statistic. It's a future loss.
Exactly. That article highlight now many children are unable to continue their education. It really makes you wonder what the root causes are, especially in a city like Cimahi. Is it poverty, lack of access, or something else entirely?
I think it's a complex web of factors. From what I've observed and read in other reports, economic hardship it's almost always at the top in the list. Families struggling to make ends meet might pull their children out of school to help with work, or simply can afford the indirect costs of schooling uniforms, books, transport, even talks tuition might be technically free. Yeah.
That's a valid point. The article mentioned that a regional secretariat is trying to address this, but it feels like a monumental task. What about the quality of education itself? Could that be a factor if school aren't enduring, or if the learning environment isn't supportive? It might contribute to student losing interest and dropping out.
Absolutely, teacher quality in the quiet facilities and a inspiring curriculum can apply a role. And let's not forget to the social aspects. Bullying, like for peer support, or even feeling out of place can make school an vulnerable environment for some children. Image being a teenager and feeling completely disconnected from your classmate or teacher.
That's true. The article doesn't go into specific number for Cimahi, but it emphasizes it's a problem for Indonesian. If we extrapolate, that means hundreds of thousands, if not million, of children nationwide are affected. What are the long-term consequence for them and for the country?
For the consequence are dire for the individual if It often means limited job opportunities, lower engineering potential, and a higher risk of poverty. They're stuck in a cycle that's incredible hard to break. And for the nation, a less education workforce mean lower productivity, reduce innovation, and slower economic growth. It's it's it perpetuates it perpetuates inequality and hinders national development. It impacts everything from public health to civic engagement. Seperti itu, ya.
So it's not just about the individual future, but the nation future as well. The article mentioned the regional secretariat is coordinating effort. What kind of solution do you think they should be focusing on beyond just getting kids back into school? How do we keep them there and ensure they thrive?
I think a multi-pronged approach is essential. Firstly, strengthening social safety nets for I think a multi-pronged approach is essential. Firstly, strengthening social safety nets impoverize families. Things like conditional cash transfers, where family receive money as long as their children attend school, have shown promise in other countries. Secondly, improving school infrastructure and resources, especially in rural or underserved areas. Make school place where children want to be. Yeah.
So, making education more accessible and attractive. What about vocational training? For some students, perhaps a more practical, skill-based education might be more appealing and lead to quicker employment, preventing them from dropping out of the traditional academic path.
That's a great point, Angel. The feasible educational pathways, including robotics, vocational programs, and apprenticeships, could be crucial. Not every field is a mean for a university degree, and that's perfectly fine. We need to value all form of education and skill development. Also, we need to focus on early intervention, identifying at-risk children early on and providing them with additional support. Whether is academic tutorial, counseling, or even just mentorship, can make a difference.
The article uses the paraphrase persoalan mendasar that suggests is deeply ingrained. Are there culture factors at play too? Perhaps in some communities there less em- emphasis on formal education beyond curtain level, especially for girls. Especially for girls.
Sadly, yes, gender inequality can still be a significant factor in some regions, though thankfully less so in the urban areas like Cimahi. Girls might be expected to take on household responsibilities or marry early. And sometimes there's a prevailing belief that practical skills learned at home are more valuable than abstract academic knowledge. Uh, community engagement and awareness campaigns are vital to shift this mindset. We need to show parents the long-term benefits to education for their children's future. Not just for their immediate needs. Yeah.
That's good point about community engagement. Like that. It can just be a top-down approach from the government. Local communities, religions leader, and NGOs need to be involved to create a supportive environment for education.
Exactly. It's not a silver bullet. Leveraging technology for distance learning of supplementary education could help reach children in remote areas or those who have already dropped out. Even simple infinitive like providing action to education online reserve could make a difference. Yeah.
But then you run into the issue of digital divide, especially in poorer communities. Not everyone has access to devices or reliable internet.
True, it's a challenge, but not in insurmountable one. Community learning centers with shares access or government programs to subsidize device could be part of the solution. The core idea is about creating flexible and accessible learning opportunities that cater to the diverse needs and circumstances. The article highlights the urgency. This isn't a problem that's can wide.
No, it's certainly can. It's diversing to think about, but also a call to action. As future educator and policymaker, we need to be aware of this issue and actively work toward solution. This article, while brief, really underscore to critical importance of this problem.
It does. It does, and it's not just about getting kids into school. It's about providing them with a quality education that empowers them to build a better future.
But then you run into the issue of digital device, especially in poor communities. Not everyone has access to devices or reliable internet.
True. It's challenge. It's a challenge, but not a insurmountable one. Community learning center with shared access or government programs to subsidize device could be part of the solutions. The core idea is about creating flexible and accessible learning opportunities that cater to diverse needs, circumstance. The article highlights the urgency. This isn't a problem that can wait.
No, it certainly can. It's depressing to think about, but also a call to action. As future educator and policymaker, we need to be aware of this issue and actively work toward solution. This article, while brief, really underscore the critical importance of this problem.
It does, and it's not just about getting kids into school. It's about providing them with a quality education that empowers them build better future for themselves and for Indonesia. This fundamental problem needs fundamental solution, and it needs them now. Yeah.